we finally get to see Zas come into play earlier on. We only saw that it being a banned hero, but Zas coming through. Guys, what do you think about this? Leo, Naisu.
Hey, I like the abbreviation.
Thank
Eterna. You know, the day of debuts. What do you think, Leo? It's Zask.
I'm with it. There's more than just Zask. We might even see one more debut here in the last slot for TLG.
Oh, man. Not only that, but I think, especially for TLG, you got to handle this signature Ling pick. You got to be able to control it. And what is the answer going to be? Oh, look at it. It's Julian again.
Oh, man. I was hoping for like a Hanzo or something.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Julian is a natural counter towards the Ling. You know where the Ling is going to pick up the sword, so you prepare your enhanced scythe there.
Yeah.
Thank you for confirming.
Thank you for, supporting my DOD, by the way.
I like the affirmation as well. You know, our casters are very nice.
They're so nice.
They're not like us. We're very toxic to each other.
We are.
You guys...
We're horrible
yeah,
people.
I mean, we got to balance it out some way.
But, take control, Leo Naisu, as we battle it out here in the studio.
Sure.
Be nice.
Hey, you know what? We can battle it out here because the two teams are going to be battling out again after what we saw from game one, man. TLG, can they replicate, emulate what they did in the previous matchup going into this? Can they get a win off the Queens of MLB, Team of Vitality? The massive win streak they've had. We've seen this even back for MSC and how this plays a part in all of this. For Tidal Legends Gaming, they gotta bring the tide once again.
They gotta come help it rise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They took a dip after game 2 against GGHG, and again, stepping up to Team Vitality. But looking at the draft now, maybe all you need is a little bit of refinement. Take a bit of what your opponent used in game 1, recalibrate how Chokes plays on this Julian, and maybe there's something there.
I think even part of that, like going off of that, the Edith could play a big part in Tidal Legends controlling. I feel like that's one of the things, but from what we've seen so far, especially in the competitive landscape, Zas can be I was going to say an alien in the side or the thorn in the side of all of these teams that have to face against this, because the slow alone that comes from Zask is tough to deal with.
I see what you're trying to say, and from my point of view, it's such an alien pace to fight a Zask.
Yeah.
He ends up with an extra life, a style of damage that we're not used to. Like it's a DOT with a little bit of a slow.
It feels awkward.
It's very awkward. Like again, you're from a different planet when you fight a Zas, and is TLG ready for that? That's the question.
Yeah, I think that is. Nothing too crazy happening in the early portion of this game.
It's very calm.
It's very calm leading into this first objective, because I feel like for both teams, that's really what they want to play around is these level 4s. Once Fumieko also gets this penalty zone, that's where you're going to see them try to make a play.
If anything, now that the turtle spawned, you'll notice that TLG are up maybe 300, 400 gold.
Yeah.
Stable. Their farming is a better rate now, at least against Team Vitality in the opening minutes. Now the turtle's up, less than half health. Chokes very far off. Kinzaki with the spear and the suplex coming through big penalty zone. What? Down goes the turtle. Chokes secures it. She's on fire right now. And so is Kinzaki taken down. Serving up the kill to Chinny. Another one. Bay goes, but Vival falls at the hands of Chokes. Now the fight continues. Can Vival get out of there? She dashes through. Chokes wants to finish the job. Knocks her off, but again, tricky passive on that Tigreal. And both teams walk away with a little something.
Yeah, they both get something out of that. It's they win in. Interesting, because I want to look at this again from STC, the replay. Interesting that Chokes gets that turtle. I feel like the retribution was also just off from Vival there, and even the placement wasn't on par from TLG.
It's level 5 retri. Chokes on the Julian was just a little faster than the scaling Ling.
That's true. That's true. Which is interesting the way that it went, because for Team Vitality, you still see that awkwardness with the Zask playing part in that. Gets 2 kills.
Yeah, deal with it.
Yeah, so Sydney has 2 kills now that she can go ahead and play around with. The spike of the Zas too. You know, dealing with these little aliens is already enough.
Nightmare spawns.
The nightmare
Such
spawns.
a perfect name. It's a nightmare dealing with them.
Hey, it is. It is. And now that you have an early kill, two early kills on the Zask, it will be more of a nuisance to deal with. But we'll see for TLG. They are maintaining that minor gold lead that they had. But I think this is where you want to see, okay, at this point, you have to make plays. You have to find setups. You have Bay able to use I'm Offended when she rotates to these objectives, if that's the choice. But even so, like, this is what I was saying with the Edith, you know? Like, this is a big play potential that you can use with the Earth Shadow combination.
Yeah, despite being at 2-1, TLG are in a much better shape than they ever were in game 1.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
4 minutes in, they're up by about 300, 400 gold. Again, they're keeping that solid lead. As small as it is, it at least allows them to be competitive and forces Team Vitality to choose how they engage. Now the Turtle's up, less than half health now. Oh, this is a quick pick.
I think I just give it up. Oh.
Will they? In comes Kanzaki, repositioning herself, and there goes one more time, Deja Vu! Choquette secures the Turtle! Vival takes out Kanzaki though, Tempest of Blades up, she's in the air, taking down Choquette. 2 for 1 so far, and Cheney scores another one, make it 3.
All right, that, you know, Choquette gets the Turtle, but at what cost? Right? I mean, look at this again, the STC replay. Good setup, but look at the implosion. That was, I mean, we have talked about the Tigreal pickup so many times. That's why.
All on Vivian.
Yeah.
All on Vivian. And the truth of the matter is, I'd reckon a huge chunk of why she is able to walk into these engagements and be on the brink of death or even barely take any damage is because of how well she plays with the passive.
Yeah.
She stack. I'm coming in.
Yep, I'm here, right? And she does it like, that was a multiple setup implosion, and we saw this even previously in an exchange where she didn't go down. Like you said, she plays with that passive very well, and that's a cornerstone of what's allowing even this lineup from Team Vitality to build up the way that it needs to. Again, we're talking about timing. Shell is just having that hell of a time farming up.
What do they call it? What do they call that?
We call it the gold lane experience.
And what's crazy about her gold lane experience is in olden times, I'm talking about like
Olden
9 months
times.
back. Yeah.
Back in my day.
You would need a roamer to help you out.
Yeah.
Right? Or a massive rotation from your mid. Duo even. But so far, even in game 1 of this series, she's been having the golden experience alone.
Yeah. And I think, again, when you have, it's usually for a Claude especially, that's exactly what you want. They're actually going to go for Vivian, but...
Trying to find her. Kanzaki was like an inch off on the onward.
Yeah, unfortunately. So they're not going to get anything off of that. Also, Turtle's now up here. So far, though, hey, Choquette has been on point. We'll see if she can grab another one and make it 3 for 3, but they don't want to have that same kind of at the cost that they had in the previous one.
It can't be a Pyrrhic victory anymore. Like, it has to be as clean as possible. Maybe a trade, but not a losing trade the way that last engagement went. Bay here pulls the trigger on the I'm Offended. I don't know why she pulled it so early. Now the Turtle at a third of its health. Choquette looking for the
again
of the implosion. Cheney secures the Turtle, and it's all going downhill from here. Tidal Legends crashing into a wall, and it's named Team Vitality.
Oh, yeah, the wave can't get over that one. Okay, she's gonna get spotted out too by the little alien. Goes in.
It looks it's a losing battle. Choquette. Spotted out by Vivian. Knocked off. Cheney's gonna deal enough damage here. Oh, dashing through the iframes. Shell gets killed.
Yeah. So it's, and I wanted to say before that Turtle broke out, TLG has done a good job, I would say, in game 2 in comparison to what we saw in game 1. But with these exchanges, they haven't found out an answer to that play yet. Like, they haven't dealt with Vivian's setup potential.
Yeah.
And I think that's already step 1. You have to get over that obstacle somehow, some way. How do you do that?
To be honest, again, just how Chinny's Zask is playing a very alien game, and how its pacing is so unfamiliar, almost extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
It's the same with how TLG are focusing so hard on the Turtle that maybe Team Vitality doesn't even want the Turtle. They don't need it. They're playing on a different wavelength. It's a different priority for Team Vitality, and that's what allowed for them to skyrocket out of control way ahead. 4,000 gold now.
4,000 gold at this point, and you can see the choke point now for Team Vitality is to go ahead and take the resources. They can pretty much do this because ultimately they're just waiting for the Lord to pop up, right? Put the pressure here. You take a look at the items real quick. Obviously for TLG, they still need a lot of time. You do have Corrosion Scythe and DHS now in the hands of Yunuhoi. Hasn't died. She's been okay. She's been able to farm herself. But at what point does this carry start to play the role in these team fights, in these exchanges? You know, for the most part, like we said, even in the beginning of the game, you're really just kind of relying on the fact that you have a Julian that can use a lot of damage early on. You've got a Vexana, but it's not enough to deal with that lead that Team Vitality has now. And now Lord's up.
When? I'd say after the implosion. After Vivian commits and shows herself and it's a clean go for Tidal Legends Gaming, that's when Yunuhoi is able to do her job. But looking at the map and how quickly Team Vitality makes work of that Lord, TLG are clearly on the back foot. Maybe under their turret, under the base. That's my guess.
They might be under their own wave at this point because, like we saw, Lord was just cleanly taken. Lead is there for Team Vitality, and like we saw from game 1, they ended it in about 12 minutes, 20 seconds. They're gearing up to get close to that position. They're going to take these tier 2s now, especially on the bottom lane, and put the pressure on TLG's base. Let's talk real quick. Oh, hold on. Oh, no.
We'll talk about it later. After Chokes is taken down, there was what, a 2% chance she would have survived that.
Yeah, see, how do you avoid the implosion when it comes from the bush? You know, like, you can't.
To be fair, TLG have a huge dilemma, right? They have very little checking potential. And now Bay's in trouble. Taken down by Fumieko. One quick swing of the mallet. And just like that, TLG are holding on for their inhibitors.
Yeah, going back to this, shields are all going to go down too. Lord's still top side, so they're down 2 members as well. And it looks like Team Vitality, again, might try to do the same thing, possibly even quicker. That last shield's going to go down here. Lord makes its way. They got 4 members now up. They should be up in just a second as well. So they're going to have the full force defense. They're going to lose that mid lane turret, though. They deal with the Lord. I think their eyes are going to be set on this top side, too.
Even bottom.
Vivian once again.
All the way. Big 3-woman implosion. Down goes Yunuhoi. Chokes as well. This is just a matter of time. Bay goes down. So does Kinzaki. And it's just Vermouth left.
Just Vermouth, and that's Vivian. That's my MVP. That's my GOAT for this game, too. And in fashion, there it is. The Queens of MLBB.
It's giving Slay.
It's giving Slay.
The mother of tanks. Undoubtedly #1. I'd say MVP of this game, maybe even the series.
Yeah.
Never missed a beat.
Never.
I felt the pull. I was getting implosion.
I was going to say, I felt like I was a part of the implosion.
I need a Purify. That's how amazing Vivian was. And TLG, they tried. They were in control for like all of 3 minutes. And they did great. Two turtles.
Yeah, that would be about, you know, if we broke it down in percentages and how fast this game was, that was about 25%.
11 minutes is the game time. 11:01.
All right, so that's about 30%-ish.
Which is like a good chunk of the early game.
It's a good chunk of the early game.
Even after the second turtle.
Yeah.
It was hard to call it, you know?
Yep.
There were still some good angles that Chokes found, but as soon as Vivian walked into the scene, changed the flow.
Changed the flow. And, you know, it was a good showing, but again, this is Team Vitality we're talking about, undefeated for so long. We're going to hear from them shortly over on stage. Again, I'm Naisu, and this is Leo. I can't wait to hear how they feel about this, because this was a very dominant match for them, of course, and they have another one ahead of them. So let's go ahead.
Thank you so much to our amazing hosts as we get back into the studio, ladies and gentlemen, with me, Eterna, alongside with LaFell, and we're going to take a look into the highlights of this best of 2 over from game number 2.
Honestly, I have to echo what Shell did say in the interview. Is like, honestly, they know what they're doing. They're able to dodge our engages, and then they're finding ways to get any kind of trades back. So honestly, this does show how strong TLG really is, because in this match, we definitely see a lot of glimpses where TLG could really take it. But I gotta agree with Naisu, man. Vivian's the MVP for this one. Look at all those crazy implosions.
And there were even 2 Purifies, right, on the side of TLG. Yunuhoi picked up the Purify, Vermouth picked the Purify as well, but with the way that they were able to layer their resources with the penalty zone coming through, and then Vivian comes in with the implosion, or either way around, or vice versa, right? It worked so well, and they timed it perfectly.
Yeah, again, like, this is why we keep talking about this Tigreal pick.
Yep.
Sure, there are ways to fight against it, blah, 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 I mean, you know, boring schmoring, but Tigreal's very strong. Like, that CC is instant. It's so fast. Did you see what I did? That's how fast it was.
We couldn't even see it.
You couldn't even see
Didn't
it.
even see it coming. Especially, there were so many times that she actually put herself in a position where they didn't even have time to react, aka in the bush. The bush plays were amazing, and I think there were a lot of moments that TLG kind of overstepped because they couldn't check in, they didn't have the visibility that was proper, and they just played into the traps that were already set in by Team Vitality.
Feel like Vivian is going to be amazing at parties because I think she can throw an amazing surprise. Hi, it's your birthday.
Oh, you're right, you're right.
Right? She could throw an amazing surprise parties. Like, hug people. Because that's what Tigreal does.
Mother of tanks.
He pulls, yeah.
Mother of roamers. We have our very own Daenerys, but it's not a dragon that she's taming. It's all the tanks and the roamers.
Honestly, looking at this game, sure, the MVP could go to anyone, but I don't care. Vivian has it.
And it makes sense. But you know what doesn't make sense?
What doesn't make sense?
Your predictions aren't cursing.
No, I feel
Right?
I feel like Vitality is just too strong. Right?
Okay, let's take a look at the STC Play audience predictions right now. 33% for... Wait, what? Wait, whoa. TLG 67%. I love this. This is amazing. Expect the unexpected. Where's the camera? There you go. Hashtag expect the unexpected. Do you expect this, LaFell? No?
No, top 9. How else can I say no in different languages? No.
No?
No.
I think that's French.
Maybe it's I don't know. Like, but here's the good thing.
Maybe
TLG has fans. TLG has fans, and they deserve it.
Maybe they love the dark horse story.
They love the nightmare, which apparently Mare is actually a female horse. So the more you know.
Do you remember the last time we were on the same desk together? We were also talking about horses, whether or not they could swim or not.
No. We talked about. Oh yes, we did.
MSC last year, I think. But let's crown our MVP by PlayStation, ladies and gentlemen. Is it the mother of tanks herself? And it is Team Vitality. It's Vivian.
Are we used to seeing roamers with 11 KDA?
No.
Right.